Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our SKODA Yeti, then I'll take you for a ride in it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 2-litre TDI SEL drive outdoor, 2017 on a 67 plate, in absolutely beautiful condition, has done 16,715 miles, 2 registered owners, last serviced on the 20th of the 5th 2021, fuel economy, urban 53.3 miles per gallon, extra urban 68.9 miles per gallon, and combined is 62.8 miles per gallon. Has a 0 to 60 time of 11.3 seconds, a top speed of 112 miles per hour out of a 4-cylinder 108 brake horsepower 16 valve engine. Really great cars, as you know, VW build quality, and Skoda have got a few ideas of their own, and to be honest, just a couple of little touches, and they're really nice. It's a great car. A lot better than the stigma they used to have in probably the 80s. They're a really good car, well built, drive great, economical, pretty stylish, and well sought after these days too. This one's not short of equipment either. It's got the LED running lights, chrome Skoda grille surround. I've actually forgotten what that sign is. I'll try and remember and perhaps cut it in. Front parking sensors, this mean low spoiler there, multi-spoke alloys, wheel arches have got a bit of a flare on there. This kind of imitation aluminium, I don't think it is aluminium, pretty sure it's plastic, but it's a contrast mirror back, looks really good. The roof carrier system, black window surrounds, the door protectors there, and also the sill protectors. It's a real functional car, plenty of headroom in it, quite a lot of legroom as well, plenty of space for luggage. It's the discreet privacy glass, not too black. You can still see in, and you can see out all right. Electric boot release from the key, rear wash wipe, quite a lot of room. Pack seats fold down as well. We've got the hard rear load cover here. As I said about the Skoda little touches, they're very subtle. You don't notice them till you need them, and then they come in really handy. It's stuff like there's a 12-volt power socket in the boot here, just on the right hand side. There's rails on the side with hooks on, which you can just hang your shopping bags on, stop them spilling over in your boot. Also, just little things like this. The rear boot light, you can take it out like so, and then you've got a little torch. As I say, not much, but when you're looking for something over this side of the boot or underneath the car that you've just dropped, that comes in really handy. Again, we've got the matching kind of rear spoiler stroke diffuser there, and rear parking sensors in the bumper. Bags of headroom in the back. I've not moved my seat forward in this, and I've still got plenty of legroom as well. Quite a high up seating position, and you've just got to knock the rear headrests up as you have to in most cars these days if you're an adult. The Isofix rear child seat anchor points in the back seats here, 3 inertia reel belts, and it's a really nice cabin. Airbags in the B pillar there, and airbags in the C pillar, so you know, nice safe environment. The 3rd rear belt pulls down from the roof down here and tucks in across there, so not in your way. Vents in the back here, just nicely finished all round. You've got a coat hanger there, hang your jacket on or whatever, and there's also another one here. I'll just take you for a ride in it. Now we've got the reliable SKODA VW keys with the proper blade, like so, proper ignition lock, foot on the clutch, vehicle will start, height and reach adjustable steering wheel. I'll just tell you the service history, which is extremely good. The first one was a PDI on the 21st of 9, 2017. First service 4th of the 10th, 2018 at 6,785 miles, Lucas SKODA. Then the 11th of the 10th, 2019 at 12,291 miles, Lucas SKODA. 20th of the 5th, 2021 at 16,284 miles, Simpson SKODA. So not long been serviced. Car's lovely. It's like brand new. We've bought it off one of our old customers. He's just inherited a car, and he bought this just prior to lockdown, so it's not done very many miles while he's had it. And as I say, it's a vehicle we've actually bought. We didn't need to take it in part exchange. It's not something we had to get. It's a vehicle we bought, so hopefully that should tell you something about the quality of the car and the condition it's in. Plus we know the chap, and you know, he's pretty fastidious too. Not sure what's going on there. I thought he was going to lock me in. Anyway, so we'll set off. I'll turn that down. In fact, I'll turn that on to something else so that it doesn't come on while we're driving, and put the nav on so you can see where we are. Weather can't make its mind up today. It's been sunny and dark. Painting the gates. So, as I say, SKODAs, they've always been fantastic cars. They've always been well built. They used to be. Oh, there's another SKODA. While I've been up here, there's been about 3 SKODAs going past. There's only been about 5 cars gone past, and 3 of them are SKODAs. So that tells you something. They are getting very, very popular now. And these Yetis in particular, we bought a very low mileage one. It had done about 5,000, and it was the last, because they changed the shape of this to the, well, I suppose the Kodiak, I think it was, replaced it. And this chap couldn't get the Kodiak up his drive, and he had a Yeti, and it was a company car, and had to go back. And anyway, he came for miles to buy this, this last Yeti we had. And they're very, very popular. They're a great car. Very, very functional, as I probably said before. They're just, you know, if you just want a car that is not going to let you down, you can do absolutely everything in it. Get your pets in the back, which is ideal for that. Big load, plenty of luggage, and they drive fantastic. On the way up here, I was kind of trying to, well, let's say we was doing 70 miles an hour for argument's sake. At 70 miles an hour, it's only got five gears. And I was thinking about, well, you know, would it be better with 6th gear? But in 5th gear, doing 70 miles an hour, it was doing 2,000 revs or thereabouts, just under. And also, if you, the gearbox is so good. In fact, the car's so good, and the diesel engine's so good, that it, on tick over, there you go. I haven't got my feet on either the accelerator or the clutch. I'm not feathering the clutch. So we're going, perhaps it's not such a good example because we're now starting to go downhill. I'll try it further on the flat. But it'll do 30 miles an hour in tick over without touching any of the pedals, and the engine will just pull. So, answering my own question about 6th gear, what does it need a 6th gear for? What's it going to do? Drop it to 1,000 revs or something? Then you'll be basically ticking over at 70 miles an hour. Then of course I worry about the oil pressure just at tick over on the engine. So obviously the people at VW Skoda are a heck of a lot cleverer than me, although I did get me mechanical engineering O-level. I think they've probably gone on to bigger and better things. And it's just nice, just as I say, just little touches like your parking ticket holder in the windscreen. Just things that you don't need until you do. As I said before, things you don't need until your parking ticket drops down your air vent or down the front of the windscreen. It's lovely. The materials used in it are very, very good. That's kind of a bit plasticky, but still it's a soft feel to it. It's not like hard plastic. The sat-nav system, very, very good. Easy to use. And again, easy to use controls. There you go. That's heated seats on and off, 3-position heated seats. The aircon display is very functional. And I often wonder about these climate control displays with all that LED writing in it, all that LED information. Who looks at that? You know, does anybody set the temperature? Or I've got to be at 23.5 degrees. Does anybody do that, or do you just turn the switch up till you're warm enough or cool enough? Because I mean I don't. I never set the temperature to a certain, and it doesn't matter what that temperature gauge is set at. My girlfriend is either too hot or too cold, so you know it just doesn't matter. What's the point in having a digital display when you've just got a knob that you can turn there? I don't think I'd go back to wind up windows in the front. I would in the back on all cars. And you know, just other stuff that's easy to use, easy to see, where you don't have to take your eyes off the road. You can, you know whereabouts it is, and you can switch it on. If you have to glance away for a second, then fair enough. And here we've got heated door mirrors, which are a godsend. That's up there. That's the heated position. I thought the seat was getting warm. I thought I'd knocked it off, but obviously those SKODA switches aren't as foolproof as I thought they were. Sheep right on the bend here. Ooh. Go and get over there. Life's cheap in the country. So yeah, nice smooth gearbox. Light clutch. Nice driving position. We've got front central armrest there. The seats are comfortable, feel well padded. It's one of those cars that's so good it's boring. You know, not like Alfa Romeos where you kind of, you jump in it and you're not sure whether you're going to get to your destination or whether something will happen on the way. My holiday to Italy's just been cancelled. You can go to Italy, but when you get there, if you're from the UK, you have to quarantine for 5 days. And to be fair, I didn't fancy quarantining for 5 days, but then I wanted to go to Italy. I go to Sorrento every year, and I was looking at going. Well, the best way to get there, to get across to Sorrento, would be to drive down to Dubrovnik, and I was thinking of what car would I take if I was going to Dubrovnik. Now we've no Range Rovers in at the moment. Range Rover is my personal choice of car. It's the best car ever in my opinion, do anything, and no matter what happened on the way to Dubrovnik, I know I'd get there, whether it be floods or trees down or going through mud, rivers. Range Rover, you'd get there. We've no Range Rovers. Plus, if I'm honest, I didn't fancy putting the fuel in a Range Rover. So I looked around the forecourt, and we've got this. It would get all my luggage in, nice and comfortable, very, very economical, and I know I'd get there. It would be ideal. Drive from the UK down to Dubrovnik, get the ferry across to Bari, and then from Bari across to Sorrento, and then 5 days quarantine in a hotel room, which I didn't fancy. Anyway, long story short, we're going to Dubrovnik instead, which looks very, very nice too. So that'll be in about 2 weeks' time. I've got a load of vehicles to video in the meantime. We always get mad busy whenever I decide to go away. So we've been mad busy all year anyway. So touch your steering wheel. Everything goes according to plan. But you know, again, I've been in the motor trade for 50 years, and on the forecourt, we've got I'm using an Audi SQ5. If I'm honest, I prefer the drive of this to the Audi SQ5. It's nice and smooth, and as I say, it's economical as well, and will do everything. Got all my camera equipment in the back there, plenty of room for me. It's got sat nav, it's got Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming, heated seats. It's got the lot. We've got the roundabout collision switch there, which obviously you need to knock off straight away unless you want to crash when you're pulling out of a side entry somewhere. And nice steering wheel. Your audio controls on the left hand side there, telephone just there. We've got on the left hand side, we've got, oh, that reminds me, let me just put this in fourth and let it tick over. So there we go, we're ticking over. The car is actually pulling away in fourth on tick over. No feet on the accelerator, we're going uphill here. It's fine, just on tick over. The engine's got enough torque to just keep going without stalling. And the gearbox is kind of matched to it. It's not ideal to do that, so before you send any comments, I'm just trying to show you just how flexible and how forgiving the engine and the gearbox is when you're a bad driver. So we've got front parking sensors, rear parking sensors, we've got rear wash wipe, we've got a visual display of the parking sensors telling you what you're going to hit or where you're getting close to. Windows, oh, I forgot to tell you, yeah, the rev counter there that sent me off on a tangent. In the rev counter, there's a coolant temperature gauge. In the centre's your information display. On the right hand side, you've got your speedo and then fuel gauge. In the information display, there you go, it's showing average fuel consumption at the moment. Flick that, instantaneous fuel consumption. It's also got my speed in kilometers. There is, of course, you've got mileometer there, and we'll be able to change that to miles per hour, which is the only thing digital that I think is really an improvement on analog instruments. Then you've got your mileometer and your trip counter on the right. It's telling me the outside air temperature, which is 15.5 at the moment. Feels like about 2. Travel time, Been out for 1 hour 59 minutes, and it's 6 minutes past 9 in the morning. That shows you how busy we are. Setting off to do this at 6 o'clock. What's that last one? Speed warning, oil temperature, average speed, distance we've travelled, which is 32 miles at the moment today, and AdBlue range, 2,500 miles. I've never noticed that on the car before. So range, which is fantastic to see. We're about half full, and it's saying I've got 285 miles in the tank. So a full tank is going to get you 600 miles. See how quick that was. Which again is another reason why I would have gone to Dubrovnik in it. Plus it's very cheap to tax. So I mean, you know, I could have probably got to Sorrento in well, with if it was full from setting off, 2 fill-ups. Whereas in my Rangy, oh, there should be a, no, it's just stopped in front of the car. If somebody comes round this bend now, you're going to get me killed, birds. Go on, get off the road. Shoo. They're not frightened of flipping horns. I can't see it. Oh God! Now there's a bloody. Now, why didn't you stop up there when you could see what was going on? You thicko. You absolute thicko. He could have quite easily stopped there. Nice wide piece of road. No, that's too easy. See all these little birds here. Audi A2. Great car. Had a few of them. And fantastic sellers too. In fact, I suppose I'd put the Audi A2 in this sort of category, a little bit quirky. Not everybody likes the shape, but they're still going. Really nice smooth gearbox. You know, all of a sudden, a couple of products, VW, very, very good reputation. Again, it's a case of, in my opinion, VW living off their reputation from the past. I don't think they're the same vehicle anymore. And then you've got Seat and Skoda, which are pretty much the same vehicle, but you pay more for a VW, and it's the same. So what you're paying for? A badge. That's it, isn't it? Frankenfreckle. That's that van reminds me of another Barry Crampton disaster. Me and my girlfriend went to pick her new car up We bought it from Dundee Audi because none of the Audi dealers around where we live will actually talk to you. So I did a deal at Dundee Audi. We got the train up there. They picked us up from the station, and then we went on a road trip around Scotland. And I wanted to go to Skyfall, where the James Bond film was made, or where M and Bond are going to Skyfall, and they stop on this particular road. Now I wanted to go. So anyway, we went and found the place. It was quite difficult to find. And then when we got there, somebody had left a photocopy of the actual picture from the Bond movie, so you knew where you were. And took a couple of photographs, and then my girlfriend said, "Oh, those people look like they're in trouble down there," and they were in a van just like that. And what they'd done, they'd pulled off the road to camp, and they were on a slope down to the river, and they couldn't actually move again. So my girlfriend always volunteers me for shitty jobs and helping people. Barry, just go and help them. Barry, they can't get the parasol up. The other week, there's a lady getting into a car, and she was actually 100, and her daughter was helping her in the car, and she couldn't lift her. Now, of course, with COVID these days, normally I would just help, but you don't know what people will do. But anyway, my girlfriend stopped that. She volunteered me to help, and I went and helped this lady. But anyway, this particular day, I'd just bought some new suede shoes that cost a fortune, and I ended up pushing an old van out of what was basically a swamp and ruining my shoes. So to help those people, it cost me £180 for shoes. Anyway, there you go. Who cares? That's it. I'll leave I'll finish the test drive here. I can tell you it's a very, very good car, and lovely to drive, very economical, and will do everything that you could possibly want. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.